Hey there, Jays. Your old pal McJuggerNuggets here. Guys, this is a more serious, sit-down, very important announcement video to make. For those guys who've been watching Storyfire, this might not be a huge shock to you guys. For those that missed it, please download Storyfire in the description below. You guys missed a really big video where we had to put out this massive fire outside my house. There was so much ash everywhere. I was very upset with Swift. And then, following that, there was another video you guys missed where we were going to move Swift into the house, and he decided that he just wasn't feeling it and is actually thinking about leaving RiDGiD STUDiOS. I'll actually show a couple clips now. It was supposed to be Big Brother moving in, but also like it was a completely different video that turned into something very real. So I felt like you guys on YouTube, for those that haven't moved over yet, you should probably watch this right now.
Well, you can make it your own. You could definitely work with this.
Yeah.
Are you alright, or what?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Yesterday, when that whole thing happened, made me realize something. I miss firefighting dress. I just want to be honest with you and let you know that.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like, me, Jeff Saxon, misses firefighting. Like, running into burning buildings and helping people on their worst day of their lives, man.
I totally get that.
No, like why? What does this have to do with what's happening?
I just thought I'd let you know.
Just because of yesterday, you felt like that?
It just kind of...
I mean, it was terrifying because there was a massive fire, so...
I wouldn't say it was terrifying. I mean, I had a kick of adrenaline there. Didn't you?
Yeah, because it's a fire. So what are you saying?
I just wanted to let you know that I miss it, Jess.
Sometimes it takes a certain experience to happen for you to know what you want to do. Like when you guys came into the office and showed me all of this, it just kind of lit that fire for me that I wanted to start my own channel.
But are you moving? What are you doing, man? What are you talking about? Are you moving your stuff in?
I don't think I'm moving in. At least not tonight, Jess. I'm gonna actually put all the stuff back in my car.
You want me to help you? Or got it?
I mean, I got it.
You're leaving.
Yeah, man.
If you missed that and have been completely in the dark and you're like, what did I miss? What the heck, Jesse? You have to download Storyfire, guys. We literally gained 25,000 users 2 days ago, just that day alone. And then yesterday we gained another 20,000 subscribers and users on Storyfire. I'm like already about to hit 100,000 subscribers, guys, and I'm gonna get my Flamey Award. I cannot thank you guys enough. Download Storyfire in the description below. We're trending on all App Store devices again. It's insane. You will miss out on so many uploads, and I curse. I'm just so much more real with you guys. But yeah, that brings us to today, this video where I talk with Swift, and well, we're going to be announcing that Swift is actually officially quitting RiDGiD STUDiOS. So yeah, guys, Swift's sitting right next to me here. As I said, he's officially leaving, and you know, I know we did this before, and it was under different circumstances. I was firing Swift for what happened with Angry Grandpa's car and taking the car, and I understand like what happened with the fire was bad, and it kind of gave me similar vibes. But I was actually not gonna fire Swift. But what happened was he, I guess, had a realization, and he is officially quitting the studio. But you take it away, man.
Yeah, I just want to say, first and foremost, I'm very thankful and grateful for the opportunity to work for RiDGiD STUDiOS the past 18 months, and even just get to know everybody since 2017 when I first showed up to Uncle Larry's house. And then you came over and you crashed my drone.
Yeah, funny how things work. But I did want to say, like, me and Swift, because I tried, man. Like, we talked about this off camera, and that's why we're doing this video now. I tried to get him to stick around, because I think he's a really good cameraman. I think he's become very talented at the craft. He's gotten really good at also being talent. You know, he's funny. He's gotten, you know.
I'm funny looking.
You've turned the audience, man. You originally came into this job. Nobody wanted you to win the competition.
Which is kind of crazy to think.
and I guess speaking of competition, honestly, I guess I'm going to have a cameraman competition after this. So if you guys are interested in being the McJuggerNuggets cameraman, send me an email. But you got to be serious, and it can be open to females too. But you have to be. I'd prefer 18 and older,
and people that have experience with an actual camera, not
yeah, not an iPhone or whatever. Like, this is a serious job. But to see you come in and go through everything, I mean, you've become really good. So I try to convince them. But
sometimes in life, guys, you just have to follow your heart. You can be wanting to do one thing, but at the end of the day, if your heart's pulling you in a different direction, you have to go and follow your heart in order to be happy in life. For me, home and family is where I need to go, and where my family is, I also enjoyed firefighting all the time. And for me, that's what I really want to do with my life. I'm really thankful for the social media following of all you guys coming over on any of the social medias, even follow me, for example, on my channel, and supporting me and liking me as a person. Like Jesse said, a lot of you guys didn't like me at first, which is reasonable. I understand. It's always hard to adjust to change.
You're just not a likable person.
I guess not, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I love each and every single one of you. I know it's probably going to hurt for some time, but I want you guys to do me a favor, and whoever is the next cameraman here on the MJN channel and even going on Storyfire, I want you guys to do me a favor and just open them with open arms. Or accept them with open arms? Yeah, that's what it is. Accept them with open arms, because at the end of the day, Jesse isn't a bad guy. I know I've seen stuff on Reddit and even comments before about why previous employees may no longer be here. I just want you guys to know that Jesse is genuinely a very good guy. And
I didn't even know he was going to say that.
Yeah,
I didn't pay him to say that, guys.
Guys, I just want to speak the truth. I mean, this guy's been here for me the past few years when I've been at my lowest of lows, especially when I plateau or something on the weight loss in general. And for me, I'm very grateful for that, and I want you guys to know how genuine of a guy he really is. Just so many people always come up with different conspiracies and throw hate or shade towards him. Just know, at the end of the day, this guy runs a business, and he always wants to have the best people around. And for me, I'm thankful that I was here for as long as I have been.
Thanks, bro. We killed my virtual escape.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know, that'll go down as my favorite series than...
We got tattoos for that.
We got tattoos. But, yeah, I've been kind of shocked by this. If you're wondering, well, Swift, if it's firefighting, why don't you... go volunteer? Swift has been volunteer firefighting, but he wants to pursue it more seriously.
And with doing it more seriously, it helps me focus more on my health, because being 250 pounds and doing that, you wear 100 pounds of gear just without an air pack or anything, just from wearing the turnout gear itself, and then you add more and more gear and you get heavier and heavier. I want to be able to have that help me take my health even more seriously. I really don't want to die at a young age from natural causes of cancer or something like that.
How about a fire?
My father. You know what? At the end of the day, if something was to happen to me on an emergency call, saving somebody's life, as long as that person got out safe, that's all that matters.
It's better than just rotting away because you ate Wendy's or something.
Wendy's, McDonald's, White Castle, Burger King.
Thank you for the high CPM, Swift.
Little trick.
But I mean, do you still have a passion for this stuff? You came into the job, dude, I remember you standing in front of all of us. I wasn't expecting you to audition or anything, and you were just dude, you're talking about your dad, talking about what he would want you to do and following your heart and your passion, and this was it. Is that still there?
It's not the big passion I have for it anymore in life. And like he said, my dad would always just want me to follow my heart, kind of like he did. And for the past 18 months, I enjoyed doing what we were doing, but after a while, I'm the kind of person that needs a change in life and different kind of change of scenery to follow my heart, doing something else that I also really enjoy. I'm trying to think what else to actually say. I'm about to actually cry.
Yeah, no, Swift and I have had this conversation before. Believe it or not, it was hard. Swift will admit that my virtual escape, that run, we got into some really dark stuff. It was a very rigorous.
I had to go
schedule.
to a lot of dark places to help the character Isaac cry.
Yeah, and you know, we were telling the story, so we all had to go there, and
We were emotionally synced.
I'm like
too.
married to it, cancer, and like, you know, there's death, drug, violence, all this stuff that I probably shouldn't say because I get demonetized. But download story fire. But that's what was also ironic. So it's going to become a firefighter. We're really growing a fire. So
Yeah.
you know, we obviously can't have a firefighter on the team here. But it's crazy, dude. Like, we had this conversation a couple different times. I did fire Swift for a time. There was another time where...
And I will say, it was because, for me, I personally started getting ego. I'll admit with that. And I want you guys to know, for all aspiring creators, the ego is dangerous. And please, whatever you do not get an ego, because it can hurt you. There's a good ego and there's a bad ego. And just remember, at the end of the day, just stay humble.
Yeah,
I want them to know that.
It's a lot of entitlement. It's a battle for attention online, and I remember Swift came in like wanting to grow, like wanting to get more followers and wanting to get attention and things. And I think, you know, we talked about this where you come into this line of work and it's difficult because it kind of messes with your head a lot. And you know, I think Swift will say it too. Like, he's definitely changed since he came into this job.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of you guys, say aspiring creators or YouTubers or whatever, you don't fully understand what it's like. And I think Swift had a lot of preconceived ideas. It was exciting. It was like the dream, the fantasy. And then once he started living it, he was like, oh.
It was like, oh, it's not as green as you might think it is.
It's not.
I mean, like, for example, one of the episodes of MVE, I think it was the night when Solomon ended up passing away. The correct term.
Oh, right,
YouTube right now.
Right.
That was a 12-hour shoot.
Right.
A long night from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And after a while, it kind of just takes a toll on its way. But at the end of the day, you have to always just be grateful and thankful for the opportunities that you've had in the life, and to be able to do it with somebody that inspired you from the beginning with all of this. And I just want you guys to know, like, once again.
Who was that? Uncle Larry? Because you were over his house for...
Well...
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Well,
dang.
Uncle Larry just happened to respond to my tweet that you, him, and Tom were all tagged in.
Yeah, but it's been hard for me to wrap my head around, because, like, this means it's like the MJ and cameraman curse. I'm like, well, I gotta find somebody else. And, you know, we already lost so many people, and, like, you get trained, and then everyone leaves at a certain time. And I'd imagine it's hard, you know, just to be growing somebody else's channel when you had your own channel, and like it's hard, like your aspirations kind of have to get like snuffed out while you're growing another business. And I remember that was a concern when we first hired you,
and when it was through the competition, just in general with people.
Yeah, and you know, it's tricky because everybody wants to be the
number one.
Everyone wants to be the dude, and
but every number one needs a good number two.
It's true. So when all this happened, like, you know me, guys, I support anyone who has a passion and really wants something, and, you know, just living like as truthfully as possible. And I could tell even just towards the end of my virtual escape that Swift didn't have that same fire that he first had. He kind of started to check out a little bit and started to act out in different ways. And I think it was not only miss his family, but it was like you just didn't feel it anymore.
I didn't feel the passion. And like, for me, at the end of the day, my happiness comes from my family. I mean, I have a niece and nephew who are 5 and 2 or 3. I don't know Jacob's age. Shout out to my little nephew, Jacob.
Nice.
Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, but he watches your videos.
Oh.
I don't know if he should at that age.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But for me, guys, family is a huge key for my happiness in life. And as you guys get older, I know we have a lot of younger viewers, and we also have some older ones. But in order to be happy in life, you need to follow your heart to find that happiness. And for me, it is going back home and doing the firefighting and just kind of living more of the simple life, I guess you can say.
Yeah, because a lot of this isn't simple, and it really messes with your mental health. Just constant people like talking to you, about you, and all kinds of darkness, and you're constantly tethered to this digital. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I mean, Swift's only 22, and he's experienced a lot, but like, this past year and a half, I don't know that, I'm sure we've had our fun times, we've had our crazy, awesome experiences.
And we've also had our lows.
But we've had some lows, and, it's sometimes a really thankless job, and it's just like the grind is never ending, and it can feel very socially isolating.
That's true. I mean, there's times, for example, when I'd leave your house before everything with your dad, and I'd go home, I'd try to think for myself on, all right, how can I create? And you just become so isolated, and it just, even though I had a roommate, and it wasn't the greatest of all situations on that end, and it just kind of adds more to depression and makes you realize what you really want in your life.
Yeah.
And that is to always just follow your heart.
And I know, it probably wasn't an easy thing to bring up.
I mean, guys, when I told him, it was hard. I kind of tried deflecting. I was trying to pretend I was a flat earther, making some flat earther jokes, and it's a hard decision. And every decision you make in life, some of them are going to be easy, and some of them are going to be hard, because you're moving on to a new chapter in your life itself, and to bring that up to somebody that has done so much for you and you're forever grateful for that, it's hard. And he made a promise to my mom after I won the competition he would take good care of me, and besides the few months when the company wasn't making the money, he upheld his promise. And I appreciate the fact that he called my mom too, just to let her know on top of my decision. I respect that, because he is a man of his word, and I'm really thankful, man.
Nice, man. Well, we're all gonna miss you, dude. I mean, I haven't told anyone else. The Juggies, I wanted them to be the first to know, guys, but I think you guys have all come to grow and love Swift, and to see him.
I've come to love all of you guys.
To see him moving on. So just understand that this was not an easy thing for him to do.
No, and I know it might hurt for now, but like I said, for whoever is here next, please, for those people that loved me, do me a favor and open them with welcome arms. Or welcome them with open arms.
Well, ideally, you can... Swift he put in his 2 weeks, Stanley, so he'll be around for the next week or so. So he's not going goodbye just today, you'll still see him a bit more. And
maybe in the future, because I told Jesse, no matter what, I'm always going to have his back. And I respect any decision he decides to make, because I know it's always for the best.
Yeah. And this dude, he told me when Parker was filming, he's like, yo, I'm going to be your cameraman. And I was like, that's crazy.
I told you that.
That's crazy. And now, I have a completely different perspective of Swift now. Before it was just a fan. Now it's definitely a best friend. And
as Uncle Larry says, I'm an opportunist in a way.
And yeah, and he's just following to the next thing. And I'm sure we'll see him again. I would love it if we did do a competition. I think I am going to, but if you were able to pass the torch, so to speak, to whoever the next person, because I want you to honestly approve of whoever the next person is.
100%, man. That's where the Juggies are. I want the next cameraman to be better than me in a way. The one thing I learned from a young age is when you come into a job or anything, is to leave it better than when you first came. And I feel I left a very big positive mark, and I want to be able to help make sure the next guy that comes aboard will be able to do the same and leave it in a good way, and hopefully he'll be here for longer than me in that way.
So yeah, guys, that's where we're at. We'll still be seeing Swift. Appreciate it. If you guys are real understanding, drop some likes on the video to show Swift your support. Like I said, he's making a big leap here. He's leaving, another family right now. And also, leave some love in the comments below. Your favorite moment, your favorite moment that Swift has had over the years, or your favorite thing he's shot, or.
Can I say probably one of my favorite moments? Oh God, there's so many. That rat trap was definitely one.
That was one of your favorite moments?
It was painful, but
Memorable?
I kind of enjoyed it in a way.
That's why he's going to the firefighter, guys.
Or the time, I saw you as a clown, I threw corn at, literally, not corn,
Right.
but corn on the cob at your drone.
I'll miss when you almost got impaled by the horseshoe pit during MVP, because that was my favorite. Even though you literally just tripped the other day, and the other day, and the other day. But
when do I not trip?
On a real note, though, dude, and because I think you guys got your moment, but for me to you, bro, I'm gonna miss having you around, dude.
I'm gonna miss you too, man.
I'm gonna miss having your energy, having that positive outlook, in spite of everything you've been through. I'm sure it's not easy, man.
It's not.
And I respect you, dude, for being able to know yourself well enough to, like, you got to take care of your family and you got to go home and follow your heart. And it's the same thing that led you here. It's the same thing that's leading you away, man. But you missed. My opinion, you're the best cameraman, dude.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all that you've done for me, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
I miss you, bro.
Miss you
guys. We're gonna miss Swift. It's
I'm
hard.
gonna miss you guys. But remember, at the end of the day, this was my decision, and I need to follow my heart to be happy in life. And like I said before, this guy is a genuine guy. So for people that just hate on him, he doesn't deserve hate, just love.
Yeah, and there's one takeaway. I think you see, you don't get to know Swift as much as, you could have, because he's mostly behind the camera. You see what a genuine dude, and this is whose hands you guys have been in for the last year and a half. So, and I think he took really good care of you guys, so it's a really intimate relationship. But please take that away from this, and if you guys really want in the comments below, just tell him he was your favorite. I'm literally forcing it on tell him, but no, honestly, it's gonna be hard, and as far as the history goes of the McJuggerNuggets channel, this will be a very hard day. But please, guys, know if there's anything in your life that you're afraid to make a leap, or you're afraid to have a conversation, but in your heart it's what you need to do, please take after Swift steps. That's something I've always talked about on the channel. I've always encouraged. It's literally Psycho Kid. Like, he just truly wanted something with a passion. It might not be understood. It might not be supported. Just follow it, and it might feel so uncomfortable and so weird, and just like maybe it's not right in the moment.
It's going to be awkward at first because you don't know how to approach the subject. Because I will add, for me, like, before taking the job and when I won the competition, for me to do that with the government prior,
he left full benefits, higher pay, and came in.
That was awkward too. Put that in.
Yeah. So you coming here and you leaving, both. He challenged himself and put himself in a state of discomfort, and I don't think you'd ever take it back.
No, I'm very appreciative, if that's the correct word to use, and I'm thankful for the time that I was able to have here with him, you guys, and the family. Definitely gonna miss Uncle Larry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, he doesn't even know about this, so nobody knows. We're gonna have to tell everyone. Like I said, you'll see him over the next couple weeks, guys. But we don't want to run this too long, because at that point it's just like we can't say goodbye. We'll see him, but this is that video that's like, oh dang.
Just letting you guys know, so the day you don't see me.
Yeah, we did this now, but. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll put all Swift's links. I don't know how active he'll be,
You
but
don't have to do that, man. But I appreciate it.
He'll be around. And yeah, guys,
download
Storyfire, guys.
Guys, it honestly, I see what they're doing. It's gonna be huge.
Leave it to the redhead to say that like Trump. But guys, no, seriously, it's blowing up like crazy, and Swift knows the vision, and
I believe in your guys' vision, and I wish them nothing but the best, because anything this guy puts his mind to, he can do.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And I see that, and that's why it's great that you're doing what you're doing. Guys, believe in yourself, follow your heart, legit, all the cliches are real stuff. We'll see you in the next video. But yeah, dang. Alright, Jays. Love you all to death.
And don't forget to keep it rigid.
And stay lit.
Wow, we were synced on that, kind of.
Yeah. Is that the first time that's happened where we both did the closing?
Yeah, because I always just would stay silent most of the time and let you do your thing. Because, they didn't want to hear me talking all the time. So I just kind of tried staying quiet. So I had to.
I know, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that in a weird way. Like, making fun of it and
Some people won't miss that, though.
You don't have a smoke grenade on you right now, do you?
Nah, I'm not going to throw one in here.
Oh, dang, dude.